Different video than normal this week. I'd been meaning to do a video going over some gear that completely changed my ability and joy while camping. I did not camp as a child. We spent time outdoors as kids, but my mother was opposed to the creepy crawlies and logistics of camping because we couldn't afford it. I had terrible allergies, and the sun is my arch enemy. That has not changed. It was rough enough just being outside all day. If I spent time in the night air, there was a good chance that I couldn't breathe right for days following. So camping was just not something that I did. You were camping?
My camping? Yeah, I've been doing it my whole entire life. I was conceived out in the woods, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Some of the things that she's going to be going over also changed my life. Just due to the fact that it made both of our lives easier.
So my first time that I camped was when my oldest was in Scouts. I was 26 years old. My husband at the time refused to go with. I borrowed a tent from my sister, and I left after work on a Friday, set up in the dark under some pine trees, and then found out later that it would have been nice to clear the pine cones out of the way. That Saturday, we spent in the campground toilets as a tornado rolled through the area, and I didn't camp again until I was 35. I still suffer from a wide range of allergies, but I now take a daily allergy pill. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to everything green that grows, but I've never really been tested. Just walking through a pine forest can make me tear up and really start sneezing. It's awful. I used to carry around pretty much like a box of Kleenex as a child, just stuffed in any pocket available, but I now carry around a handkerchief, and I know you all know what a handkerchief looks like, but being that I am a female and I wear female clothes, I also have those wonderful female pockets, and I have lost several handkerchiefs out of my pocket. So now I cut a little hole in the corner and sew it up, and then I put it on a carabiner and I clip it to my pants so I can't lose it. If I'm out for more than a couple days, I will bring along 2 handkerchiefs because I'm going to need the replacement.
You could also put a grommet in one if you don't sew. I also carry a handkerchief because, yes, not only do they work good for a snot rag, but they also work well for if you get hot, or you can soak it in water. So yes, it's one of the things that we buy in bulk almost. We haven't gone through quite as many as we thought we would have. But yes, we do go through them or use them quite a bit. They also work for wounds, which is more why I use them, but whatever.
So the sun is still my arch enemy. That has not changed. Bit of a story time here. The quickest I've ever gotten burned was on a beach in Racine, Wisconsin. For those of you who don't know where Racine is, that is southeastern Wisconsin. For those of you that don't know where Wisconsin is, we have 6 months or more of what some people refer to as winter, which is a BS lie because we barely get 3 months of it. But anyway, went down to the beach.
We are right on the Great Lakes. We are right on Lake Michigan. So it's like an inland ocean.
We were there about 10 minutes when Chet mentioned I should probably put on my sunscreen, but it was already too late and I had burned. To prevent a burn, I need to apply sunscreen before I leave the house, and then I need to reapply every hour, and that is at SPF 50. I cannot use anything lower than that, or I need to apply it on a much more readily basis. If I'm near water or on a boat, I need to apply every half hour because sitting on that big mirror that's reflecting the sun burns me quicker. And yes, setting up pretty much a timer or I'm going to be burned. Another time, we were on a 3-hour motorcycle ride in July. I was wearing blue jeans and a textile motorcycle jacket, and at the end of the day, when I took the clothes off, I realized that I had been burned on my thighs, and I had a tank top on under the jacket, and I had a burn over my chest and my arms. So that is through blue jeans and through a motorcycle jacket. I have not ever heard of that happening to anyone. I didn't take the jacket off for the entire ride, and obviously I wasn't going to have my pants off, so I don't know how that happened.
Vampirism.
So sunscreen is sometimes impractical. It's also not something that I enjoy bringing with me in a backpack because it gets squeezed and then it gets all over everything. It's also greasy, and who knows what you're putting on your skin, what kind of chemicals and stuff. It's just, I don't like it. The first thing that I found that helped me was a shirt by Columbia. Again, not that it matters what brand it is, but this is just the first thing that I was able to find. I think it was about 2019 when I found this shirt. It's supposed to reflect the sun.
This one?
Yep.
All right. Show and tell time.
So It was just this reflective shirt, and it allowed me to stay in the sun, not having to apply sunscreen, and I didn't get burned. So that was absolutely fantastic. And then a couple years later, I found a Duluth shirt that kind of did the same thing. It's not necessarily reflecting the sun, but it was lightweight and breezy, and it covers my neck. It's got a high collar, so I can cover my neck. It's got venting in the back. It's a button down, so you can take it off and put it on over things. It's got, again, the vents in the back. So it was just nice to be able to have something lightweight to throw on you that air could still get through, so that you weren't suffering in the sun.
It's very much like a fishing shirt, or what a lot of people use as a fishing shirt.
Then also, not just in summertime, but year-round, we've discovered wool and the benefits that wool has. Now, this is a super lightweight, what they refer to as a sun shirt. Again, brand name doesn't necessarily matter. It's merino wool, so it's not itchy or irritating to your skin. I also have super sensitive skin, so that's fun, because you don't want to have your skin irritated while you're on a camping trip at any point. But this is nice merino wool. It feels good against your skin, and it's comfortable enough to wear in temperatures, I'm going to say, into the 70s. So in addition to the archenemy of my sun, of having an archenemy of the sun, I do not do well in hot temperatures. Anything above 70, I just don't want to do anything. Anything above 90, you're going to have to take me inside and make sure that I don't die. I don't think I've ever had heat stroke. I don't think I've ever had heat stroke.
Wait a second. Yes, you have.
I haven't had, not heat stroke.
What would you call it then?
Heat sickness.
Oh, okay.
Because heat stroke is something very serious and severe, and it's hospital time. I have passed out as a child, but it's been a long time since I've passed out. I've come very near to passing out, yes, and I require a bottle of water an hour in the sun, and I fucking hate summer. So again, avoiding sunscreen, I just have to completely cover up.
Yes, we do have to take special precautions with her as far as the sun and also the heat. She sweats, however, it does not cool her down. So her body temperature rises, and you don't have a window. Honestly, it's either it's happening now or it's not going to happen. So yes, we have to take special precautions. But it's gotten
much better.
It has,
with the clothing that I have found.
That is true.
So stay away from cotton. Cotton kills. But I have found clothing to combat that. And I also do not go outside in the summer without a hat. So I have my big floppy straw hat that comes with me when I'm on water. Covers me. It's kind of breathable, and I can manipulate it to kind of go where it needs to go, and I can still kind of see with it in there.
And she always looks like she's ready for the Kentucky Derby.
Then I have another hat that I will wear that, again, it's got venting in it, but it's got a wide brim, so it covers my face. It covers the back of my neck, which is that's going to burn. And if all else fails, a baseball cap or a handkerchief. I'm sure everybody knows what a baseball cap is, but again, the one with the venting in the back, because that's what I need.
Your head holds a lot, or actually releases a lot of heat. So yes, anything that has more venting is actually better in the summer, just so it can produce shade for you, but also release the heat that's coming off the top of you.
I've been sunburned on my head before, and I do not like it. I don't like any sunburn.
Didn't much care for that when that happened either. But.
Again, in any weather, I have also replaced my underwear and my socks with wool, because they are good when it's super cold out, and they're good when it's super warm out. And it's got some magical properties in it that don't really make it smell, right? So if you're going out camping for a week long, you bring a pair of clothes that you're wearing and a pair of clothes that you're packing, and as long as you can air out the ones that you've worn, it's pretty much, you can go through that week of camping without smelling like you've just spent a week of camping.
We definitely recommend that everybody out there go and do their own research as far as wool goes. It is something that our ancestors knew about. It was itchier for them, so they were tougher sons of bitches anyway. But basically, it is going to, yes, it will be one of those life-changing things when you find it. It is expensive, but if you can buy an article of clothing here and there, or budget for it, it will basically make your experiences better.
Again, for a week-long trip, you just need the clothes you're wearing and the clothes you're packing. So.
And they do tend to, some of them, we have actually tried all sorts of different types of wool, which we have mentioned in other videos. We have tried alpaca, we have tried merino.
Sheep's wool.
Yeah, sheep's wool, merino wool. We have tried buffalo or North American bison. We have even ventured as far as to using yak.
Oh no, what were my gloves? Possum?
Possum, yes, that's another one. Yeah. So natural materials, not that we're tree huggers or any of that, we definitely are finding the benefits of using more natural fibers.
Next topic. As a female that has not yet reached menopause, I still have to deal with monthly supplies. So when packing for a trip that has me measuring every ounce and using every inch of available space, those monthly supplies become a huge waste of space. You want to grab them? So some simple math here. As a child, I was told 5 to 7 days and changing it out about every 4 to 8 hours. Since I'm an overachiever, it's actually 7 to 9 days and I change out every 2 to 4 hours. If you're packing for a week-long trip, math time here, that's a staggering worst case scenario of 108 tampons. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 10 here. Okay? 108 worst case. Best case scenario, I still need 42 of those for a week-long trip. And that's a lot of backpack space considering that we travel to a lot of leave no trace areas, which means that everything that I pack in, I have to take back out with me. Because if you wouldn't put it in your toilet at home, you have to take it back out with you. That first trip that we spent in the Boundary Waters, I had to pack in and pack out, and you think they weigh a lot or take up a lot of space. Now, once they're used, that's awful. There's several different options to explore if you're looking for a leave no trace type reusable thing. So I did my research. There are discs, there are Diva cups, and the pads. So, if you use an ultra thin pad, again, that's, the size of what you're taking along. But if I can replace, and again, this is 10, not 108. If I can replace 108 of these with one of these and 2 of these reusable pads, that is a considerable less amount that I have to take in and out with me, considering that I would be actually wearing one of these and then having one packed in my bag. And it's I can use it, clean it, hang it to dry, and then the next time that I need it, I have one and I'm using one. For those that are considerate of things like that, like my mother is, reusable versus plastic and paper and who knows what other chemicals you're shoving up inside you.
And time to be perfectly honest here, there are many times that with her condition, or however you want to phrase it, where she will have to use both the tampon and a pad. So not along with the 108 tampons, but she also has to pack pads as well. I mean, honestly, guys, this is something that is very real to them, and this is why they don't want to go out in the woods. So if you want them to come with you, this is a serious conversation, and it might be icky to you, it might be a topic that you want to shy away from, but quite honestly, if you're a hunter, you've had your hands in blood, so you've cut yourself, you've dealt with this stuff, and this is what they deal with every month. So, time to put on your big boy pants and have this discussion, especially if you want them to go out in the woods with you.
I love how you say every month when it's actually like every 28 days. So I'm actually getting 13 of them in a year and not 12 of them in a year.
Well, technically, there was 13 months in a year, but the Romans and whoever else decided that wasn't a good plan. So.
And this is not just something that I have now taken just camping. I mean, this is something that I typically use on a regular basis. So, this is going to last me quite a long time. I may even be passing these on once I'm hopefully through menopause. Whenever that day will come. But yeah, multiple different companies, multiple different brands. Look up discs, Diva cups, reusable pads. They're different pros and cons of each.
Some work for some work for others. This did not really work for you as well.
No, I didn't like how it felt in there, how it fit in there. It was a bad fit. It was very uncomfortable. When I have the disc in, I can't even feel it
when you have these pads, some work better for heavier days, some work better for...
Yes, and it depends, again, don't wear... If you're trying to stay away from, you want breathable stuff as far as underwear goes. You don't want that silky stuff. So, I mean, it moves on silky stuff, but be nice to your body. Don't do that. The most significant improvement for me was being able to pee outdoors. We often travel to places that don't offer facilities or have them closed in winter, and we all know how much I enjoy the summer. So I really like to get out in the winter, and that's when they close everything down. At least here in Wisconsin, we have things that freeze. They have to shut off the water. They have to, nobody maintains anything because of the snow.
You don't want to plow to get to the facilities.
Yeah. So it's really, really awful trying to time your bodily functions to when you're going to pass a bathroom. Squatting to pee has its own complications. I'm really exposed. I need a spotter. I have to find flat, steady ground so I can keep my balance because you don't want to be moving while you're peeing. I started with a 5-gallon pail and kitty litter.
When we camped.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, it was that when we started camping, and a shower tent.
Yep, the pop-up shower tent. Kept my bathroom in there, and it was nice we didn't have to worry about where we were parked, where we were camping, how close we were to the bathroom, because I don't want to get up in the middle of the night or get up in the morning and really have to pee and be like, oh no, I gotta walk half a mile to the bathroom, because that's just crappy. That sucks.
Different weather at that point.
Yep.
So.
Yep, because camping in the winter, it's super cold. The toilet paper was kept in a coffee can because toilet paper can get ruined and damaged. Critters can get in there and just tear it up. The water can get in it, and you know how wonderful even 2-ply toilet paper is. That water just completely damages it. So we replaced toilet paper for number 2 with these little toilet paper tabs. I know there's some concerns, tabs, coins, compressed towels, whatever you want to call them. Pack a couple of these for a week-long trip. I have a container that holds 8 of these, I think.
The small ones hold 8, and I think the larger ones hold 12.
Okay, so that's what I bring on a week-long trip. I also throw a couple of these in our cook kit so that I can use it to clean things if needed. But again, going number 2, if I am just peeing, I have a Coola cloth. So this is a wonderful, wonderful... Absolutely love this. I can't remember the first year that I bought this, but this was...
It's been a while.
It has been, and you can grab the other one too. Again, it's just this little. It's got a loop on it. You can clip it onto things. I keep it on the carabiner. There's a.
It's a microfiber pad holder that.
Black side is what you use on yourself. The pretty side is what you can show to the world, so nobody has to see that you're wiping yourself with it. But yeah, it has helped out in situations where they're not maintaining the bathrooms, and so they no longer have toilet paper in there. It has helped out in porta potties that don't have any toilet paper in them. And I don't have to worry about clogging up a porta potty with all that toilet paper in it, because you know how often they empty them. I don't have to worry about trying to bury the toilet paper on the trail or just leaving it out on the trail, or I have to take it back with me and put it in a pocket and not think that it's a Kleenex that I used so I don't use it again. But so I just this has replaced toilet paper for when I have to pee. And like I said, it's not just for camping, and as you can see, I have several of them. I grabbed this one from the car. This is the one that I have just in the house, ready to go with me anywhere I need to go. I keep one in our camper. I have one in my boat bag.
Right. We find that when we find something that works, a system that works, that we want to get multiples of it, so that way we tend to forget things.
I don't want to forget this.
Right. So if we have one in the car, she can have it there and be able to tackle whatever obstacles may show themselves, whether it be a festival, whether it be picnic that we're going to, and they have shut down the bathrooms. So we always have multiples of some of the things in different vehicles, depending on what vehicle we take or which form of camping. We have some in our tenting gear, we have some in our camper. Yes, so it's everywhere.
And again, this was significant change, but the absolute hands down biggest thing that changed for me was being able to pee anywhere outdoors. I don't know if it was 2017 or 2018, Chet bought me a cheap female urination device.
Some cheap.
It was something that looked like a funnel, and it didn't work very well because it had me peeing down.
Straight down.
Like straight down. So if I pull my pants down, I'd be peeing down into my pants and my shoes. But it was a start. And it made me think, like, there's got to be something better out there, and I can do this, and I don't have to worry about squatting and pulling my pants down.
On paper, it looked really good. It really did.
And it was a very, very good start. So I eventually found what I liked is the P-Style, that one over there. I know it's the same color, so they're going to look super similar, and they are super similar. Like, this is the first one that I bought. It's a Venus to Mars. This one's a little wider, so it's a little less foolproof, more foolproof.
Little more.
Yes, little more foolproof.
Little more foolproof.
A little more foolproof. So, sometimes you're drinking.
What?
I know. It's not as
Cheers.
easy to pee. So this helps out. And like I said, I can't remember if you bought that in 2017 or 2018, but I bought the Venus to Mars in 2018, and I think I bought the P-Style in 2019. So when COVID hit and they closed everything, like even traveling, and I know you weren't supposed to travel, but like going out into the woods alone, we were still allowed to do, so we did. But then you can't pee anywhere. And if we're gonna travel like 4 hours, okay, I'm gonna pee when I leave, and then not drink or eat anything along the way, because otherwise I'm gonna have to pee before we get there. It was awful and terrible. But with this, I can pee into Coke bottle, a water bottle, a Gatorade bottle is fantastic because those have the wider mouths. So I can pee on this on the side of the trail. I can pee in the backyard. I can pee in our canoe. I can pee in my pack boat. I can pee in the kayak using this thing. In a disgusting porta potty. I've even done it in the car to not make somebody stop while we were traveling down the freeway.
In a canoe.
Yes, I mentioned that.
Did you?
Yes.
I wasn't listening, but no, I really was. She can actually stand at the edge of a trail and with her pack on and be able to use that without a spotter, and nobody knows what she's doing because, with her long hair, everybody knows it's a female, and they don't expect her to be peeing at the side of a trail. Guys standing at the side of a trail, we all know what you're doing, but a female, it doesn't. Everybody just walks on by because they figure she's just taking a picture or looking at something out in the woods or go checking something out. We've been at a campground or a state park, it was, and all the bathrooms were closed. We both had to go to the bathroom because we had hiked all day. We got back to
my open door.
She could stand by her open door with a Coke bottle.
Peed into my Coke bottle, an empty Coke bottle.
And there was people going to their cars away from us because we typically try to park away from everybody, and nobody batted an eye. If I would have been standing there the way she was, everybody would have been like, yeah, we know what you're doing. However, this has been a game changer for me as well because of that fact. Because the fact of, I can still warn her when people are coming down a trail.
It's a lot less time. I don't have my pants down. I am a person that likes to wear pants that zip up. I don't like wearing, just again, because of my body type, I have a smaller waist, bigger hips. So if I wear something with elastic in it, the elastic goes and it's now just sitting on my hips and not where it should be.
The fact that she would have to take her backpack off, her camera off, all these other things that she's wearing when we're hiking, she'd have to dump them off to the side so she can squat.
Now it's just unzip the pants and
stand
go.
there like a dude. It works out great.
I can also go in the tent. So if we're camping, your urinal, that's not the first thing that you got, because you got the one from the hospital first.
Had the one from the hospital.
Yeah.
We've mentioned the injuries and illnesses and stuff before.
Yes.
But
so having the screw cap on there is...
And a screw cap, because the one from the hospital did not have a screw cap. It just has a clip-on cap. And that tends to pop open.
2,000 milliliters.
Yeah, well, this one was a smaller one. However, I did upgrade to one her size, as you've probably seen if you have watched our videos before.
But now they know what it is.
It seems to be what's in the videos, and
you don't pick up.
I also tend to be dehydrated from what people have told me, but whatever. So yes, there are different colored ones. The size of the opening is pretty nice for guys.
Doesn't matter because I just got to use it.
And yes, so when you're tenting, especially in the winter, you don't want to
rain.
In the rain. Yeah, that works as well too. But these have been one of those things, and it's one of those things where when you're cold, especially when you're cold, you don't want to get out of your tent when it's cold. However, that is one of the things that you really should do, is if you have to go to the bathroom when you're cold, is to go to the bathroom. So using one of these, you really don't have to get out of the tent, which is a huge plus.
I have to get out of my sleeping bag and kneel.
So you're all nice and cozy. You don't want to get out.
But I don't have to stand in the rain, and I don't have to stand in the cold. outside in the elements. So
or to get a bunch of extra clothes on to run all the way down to the facilities that may be as far as a quarter mile or more away.
I'll take it. I'll use it.
Absolutely.
And then just really make sure that you're awake enough and not drunk enough that you screw it back on.
Drunk. These are wonderful. One of the other things that, we would like to mention is the fact that with the P style for women, there are certain circumstances that you may be wearing leggings or like to wear leggings, and there's a difference in these two.
There is.
As far as size goes.
There's a difference, depending on the brand. This is a P style, that's a Venus to Mars. They also have Go Girl, there's a Tinkerbell, there's a bunch of other brands. I'm not saying go out and get a specific brand, but find something that works for you.
Find something that works.
Because,
try others, whatever.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that everything is inside.
Yes.
So if you happen to be wearing a tampon, make sure the string is in there, otherwise it's going to be dribbling over where you don't want it. If you are going to wear leggings, realize that you have elastic now that's going to be pushing up on the front of it, so it could tip it back. Don't try this if you're ever at Myers Beach in a blizzard with 25-mile-an-hour winds and you are wearing leggings and pants and snow pants, because that is advanced mode and you are not at advanced mode yet.
Practice in the shower.
I can't remember which manufacturer mentioned it, but the first time you use it, practice in the shower when you have no clothes on, so you don't have to make a mess. Maybe this is something that you're absolutely good at and you only need to practice once and then use it. Go for it. I'm somebody that wears the zip pants with the zipper and button, so super easy, super wonderful. I have a friend that likes leggings, and I bought her one, and she has been using it on a very regular basis. Loves it. I have bought a couple of these for people.
Yes, and people that we work with, we have talked about it. This is something that we bring up quite frequently to people that we know is to being a game changer for us. If you're boating, whether you're fishing or whatever, now she can pee off the bow of the boat just like a dude does, or you can not have to go all the way back to the landing.
Find an open bathroom.
Right. Especially when there isn't an open bathroom.
Wonder who's looking.
And because honestly, nobody's suspecting a female doing this. They really aren't. Another piece of anatomy or pro tip, I guess you'd call it, is acts as a squeegee. So you really don't need as much
toilet paper.
Mm-hmm. You seal it behind and you pull it forward, and
you're not exactly drip drying. So
right.
The cooler cloth that I have on my pants, which is not going to be on camera here. That's it. Little pat dry, you're done. You don't have to worry about how much toilet paper you take with you, and no, I don't have to worry about toilet paper at all. I use this in disgusting festival porta potties. I've used this when we were on the Fox River when we went to paddle. That porta potty did not have toilet paper.
Yeah, because they don't always get refilled, or depending on if it's a nice day out and everybody's out doing the activities that you're doing, they get replenished once or twice a day or once or twice a week.
I have used a porta potty that looked like it was filled to the top, and I did not want to sit on it, and I didn't have to.
Yeah, right. Festivals are another one that it's actually really good for.
I have to touch a wet seat.
Yeah, because a lot of people do the hover and they don't aim well.
Those muscles, really.
They might have caught a cramp in their hamstring and threw it all over, whatever. There's many different areas where this will actually work out. This will actually work out well in a female's life. So, guys, honestly, this may have been a uncomfortable topic, and it may be something that you think does not affect you. However, this has changed my life as much as it has hers, because these are things that she is not going to feel comfortable, or many women are not going to feel comfortable bringing up in conversation as to why they don't want to go camping.
Yeah, that excludes me, because I will talk about this with anyone. I will show this to anyone. I want more people to be able to use this and get out there and do things, and not I really don't want more people out there where I am. You can go out and do your own thing, and if you want to go fishing, go ahead, go fishing. Don't go paddle the stuff that I like to paddle.
Seriously, as men, we need to, if we want the women in our lives to be involved in this, whether it be our wives, our girlfriends, our daughters, we need to bring this up. We need it not to be taboo. We need not to be, cowards about this and be like, oh my God, it's blood, that's disgusting.
I'm a human being. I have bodily functions. It's going to happen. I had a wonderful conversation with a 16-year-old girl about this when we got her to go to the Boundary Waters and what she may have to encounter and what she may have to do. And, you know, she got lucky and she didn't have to bring in the blood bag and bring out a blood bag. But, you know, she was prepared for it. And
it is.
Makes life easier.
It's one of those discussions that if you truly enjoy the people in your life and you want them to be part of your life in these areas, then bring it up. Talk to them about it. And if you have found something that has changed your life as far as this goes, by all means, put it in our comment. We would love to try new things or have new things. We don't know everything.
I don't think anything's going to change my life more than this.
The P-Style has been. I don't think anything's going to change mine because.
I mean, you see it in like almost every video because I always have it on me.
We have several in different vehicles, different camping equipment.
I have it in my vehicle. I have it in your vehicle. I have it in the camper. I have it one in the house. I have it one in my water bag that I take out on the boat. Canoe, pack boat.
Typically, when we find something that works for us, we buy multiples of it so that we don't have to worry about forgetting it somewhere. We always have one on hand. So that being said,
stop leaving toilet paper on the trail.
Yes, you don't need to. You don't need to leave toilet paper on the trail. And it does seem to be like a common place. Like when you see one piece of toilet paper, it's always like everybody has the same distance that they have to go. So yeah, we all know that you're doing it. Please don't. We don't want to see your toilet paper out there. There's no need for it.